Shares in Laurentian Bank dropping today after a report that Scotiabank and TD have dropped out of the running to acquire the lender. We are joined by Bloomberg's Stephanie Hughes. Stephanie, great to see you. Thanks for giving us the time on a Friday afternoon. We don't know for a fact, do we, that Laurentian's up for sale, but that is one of the options they're considering, isn't that right?
That's right. So a few weeks ago, Andy, Laurentian Bank said it was performing a strategic review to see just potential buyers out there. And today we kind of saw the next development of that, where Scotiabank and TD ran out of the bidding process. So yeah, you're seeing shares fall as much as 9%, which was definitely a far cry from what we saw a few weeks ago when they made that announcement. Viewers might remember that shares were up over 40%, which was its biggest surge since 1989. So the problem here is that investors see more uncertainty in the bidding process, especially since the deadline for initial bids is at the end of July.
And Barclays noting that Scotia, which wants to expand in Quebec, and TD, which is all this money slushing around on its balance sheet, were seen as likely suitors here.
Exactly. Yeah, they were seen as the top contenders. So investors are kind of taking this as a major blow to Laurentian's prospects. And you flagged that that John Aiken report from Barclays. Yeah, he was saying that this could actually reduce the probability of a sale by below 50%, or at the very least could just see that a less likely chance of a bidding process here. So leaves Laurentian Bank with less wiggle room and a dwindling pool of potential buyers here.
And logically, National Bank, why not them? Because, of course, they're the other bank among the biggest lenders based in Quebec, and they are something of an investor darling.
Exactly. You know what? It was interesting. There was Veritas analyst Nigel D'Souza who actually made that exact same case, saying that National Bank might be the best contender to buy Laurentian Bank, just so that they could expand their share in their home market there and get that strong banking return on equity. So he said it was an opportunity that might be too good to pass up.
I remember for years people said, well, nobody's going to buy Laurentian because they're unionized. They don't want the taint of unionization going into their workforce. But then the union voluntarily, well, the workers voluntarily voted to get rid of the union at Laurentian.
You know what? Yeah, that's an interesting point, Andy, and you can argue that it's lending to some of the uncertainty here. I think what is more certain, at least among analysts, is that the least likely contenders are RBC, because they've already done that major HSBC Canada deal, and BMO, who also made that Bank of the West transaction, if you remember. So those were two major transactions that they're already kind of got in the works, and they are trying to kind of shore up that capital buffer. So those are the least likely contenders at the moment. So a lot of moving parts on this story, a lot of uncertainties, and you know, it's really exciting to see how this kind of unfolds here.
Stephanie, thank you very much indeed. Bloomberg's Stephanie Hughes joining us there.